Hello and welcome to the Lunar Phoenix Path, where we use symbolism to help you turn embers into flame. Today we're looking at guilt when saying no through the eyes of boundaries. You know you need to say no, so why do you still feel like you did something wrong? We'll look at what may be shaping the guilt you feel around saying no, what may need your attention, and what could become possible from here. Let's see what wants to come forward. Okay. So the first card here is going to be the overall energy. So what really is happening right now? Okay, so we have the King of Swords. We have mental clarity, intellectual power, truth, authority, reason, discipline, high standards, head over heart, integrity, serious, and strict. So I feel with this card, you've done the work to get yourself from constantly saying yes, but you haven't gotten to the point where saying no can easily become second nature without you feeling bad. So in this case, you've used your logic, maybe even your authority and reason. Maybe it took some discipline to get here. You're basically raising your standards. You know you deserve better. So despite what your heart is telling you with the guilt, your head is telling you, I am worth it. I am worth more. No more. No more walking all over me. I am not a doormat. Okay? So moving forward, card number 2, what needs to change? So we have the Hanged Man. So pause, surrender, letting go, waiting, new perspectives, wisdom, self-sacrifice, uncertainty, and contemplation. So maybe this is what I was just describing here. Maybe that is just like a brand new philosophy. Like you came home on a Friday, you're like, I'm done. No more of the BS. Something needs to change. And this is where you are come like Monday morning. That sort of a deal. Letting go. So if you look at the actual Hanged Man, yeah, they're hanging there, but they're not flailing. They're calm reasoning. They know what they're doing is the point. It's going with the whole new perspectives. That it is new for you, and that's okay. So it's okay if you feel uncertain. It's okay if you have to contemplate different things. I mean, everybody stumbles before they can walk, and everybody walks before they run. You need to practice letting go of the feeling that you had, because you need to remind yourself you're not a doormat anymore. You're raising your standards. Okay? So possible outcomes, card number 3, if you raise your standards, what could become possible if you make the change? So Knight of Wands, okay? Courageous, energetic, charming, passion, adventure, free-spirited, hero, impulsive, rebellious, hot-tempered, I'm not feeling that one, and drive. Maybe you're not the only one. I'm looking at hero. And courageous. Maybe you're not the only one who felt like a doormat. Like if you're in a group of people trying to do a project together, I feel like maybe there's one person who's letting you do all the work, and if you start saying no, they start making you feel bad in order to bring everything back to the way it was. In that sense, it's possible that you are not the only one who has a problem saying no. And so the whole hero and courageous and even drive and rebellious aspect of this is that you get the ball rolling. And maybe everybody else who felt exactly like you, maybe they follow suit. So here's an idea. It just kind of popped in my head. So you learn to say no and not feel guilty about it. You work on yourself, and by you saying no, the person who was the slacker has to pick up the slack, which allows you to have more time to work on your skill set, whatever that may be. And doing some forward thinking, maybe your boss leaves for whatever reason, different job, retirement, just going with the work scenario could be totally different for you, which means the position is now open. By you playing the hero with courageous, rebellious, and drive, and flipping the narrative, thus allowing you to work on your skill set, maybe you become the new boss and you are in charge of your peers that felt like you and the person who was a slacker. And if they don't change their ways, you can prune your team accordingly and grow it so it thrives. Just a thought. I mean, it doesn't have to be work specifically, but that's what I'm running with. Okay, so let's get some oracle cards. Okay, so what guidance? Whoop. I'll do that again. What guidance supports this movement? Let's see if I can get a better shuffle out of this. There we go. You know what? You want to come out. Okay. Don't let your past hold you back. Yes. So like I was describing between these two cards, you know you deserve better. You know you're not a doormat, and you can't be the proverbial boss figure if your past is holding you back. So don't be afraid to take the strides necessary to move forward. Okay. So what final message do you need to hear? Okay, so final message. Time to move on. Flow with the river, see where it takes you. So going with the whole river thing, I know rivers start with streams and a trickle, and eventually they just wind down the path and pick up other streams, and before you know it, I mean, you're flowing down the Mississippi River, something massive. Okay? So in that sense, where I'm going with this, in the time to move on, you have all of these different skill sets and whatnot that you need to pick up to be here. So by you not letting your past hold you back and moving on, you can build upon those specific skill sets to get you to that superior position, if that's where you want to be. Okay? So a reflection question for you. What is this reading helping you notice about the guilt you experience around saying no? Some words of encouragement that you can take forward. Guilt can be uncomfortable without having the final word on what the situation means for you. Okay? If this reading gave you something to think about, you're welcome to subscribe and continue walking the Lunar Phoenix path with me. Until next time, take care of yourself.